Hi, and welcome to my very first Vlogging with Joel episode. Now, I started this channel to document all of my struggles and my successes as a YouTuber in real time. I actually have a notepad here, let's see. I'm gonna go over everything I do behind the scenes, from planning, filming, to editing. I'll show you guys any tricks that I learn, as well as, I guess, share the things that I can't find online. The answers that I need, but I can't get a hold of. I really want to keep this channel very simple. I don't want to edit much. It's going to be very raw footage. I want this to be more of a way for people to learn what it's really like to be a YouTuber. A little background about myself. I've got another channel called 6 to 12. Of course, I'm going to plug it in here. Feel free to check it out. I've had it for about 2 years, and to be honest, I've been super lazy with it. I have 8 videos finished, and for the last 12 months, I haven't done any. So this is going to be a real good look on a hands-on how I'm going to start kind of fresh and what my schedule is going to be like every day moving forward. But today, in this episode, I guess today is the first time editing in over a year. I'm editing on a new computer, which I've kind of figured out, but I used to edit on this cell phone right here. So it's a little bit different, and there's a lot of things I'm still learning. And I have about 15 to 20 videos already filmed for 6 to 12 that I have not edited. So for the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to focus on purely editing. I'm going to try to hone in my editing skills, try to get as good as possible with that, so that when I do start filming again, everything will run smoother and better, and I'll have better quality videos. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I think maybe I'll record tonight kind of a recap of the day to sign off. So anyways, see you guys on the computer. Okay, so I'm just getting started, and if you can see, I'm using Adobe Premiere. This is the timeline. Here, let me show you guys. All right, so the first thing I learned earlier this year is I want to have all my files named, and then in there, I have them separated by video, audio, project files, pre-rendered, and final. So if we go into video, now I have it separated a little bit more: first person movement, bloopers, B-roll, video, and then these I got to throw into here. Now I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro. I think it's Pro, I don't know. I'm using Adobe, and basically I've dragged in the files the same way that I had them in there. And I actually started this earlier, this last year. So I have this timeline already kind of going. The problem is I don't remember what kind of video I have, what B-roll goes with what, where I'm going to put everything. It's been so long since I've filmed this that I don't remember that much. So I'm actually going to go through these videos and kind of refresh my memory so that I can, let's see, we'll go into video. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrub through these outside of Adobe Premiere, because for some reason I find it really hard to navigate through this. If I go to video, it just scrolls too fast. The images are too small. I'm not really happy with going through things here, trying to figure out what they are. So instead, I'm going to go through in just my files on my computer. And like I said, it scrubs very quickly. So, without any glitching. So I'm going to be doing that for the next few hours. I'm not going to film everything that I do all day, like a time lapse, because I would just use up too much time and memory and everything. I want this channel to be low maintenance. It's going to be documenting my struggles. I'm going to be talking about them and then showing you the solutions I found, not so much showing you what I do all day long, because that's just boring. Nobody wants to see that. So I'm going to get to work, and I'll check in a few hours, kind of fill you guys in on what I've done. I've been editing for about 3 hours, and it's time for a quick lunch break. And I'm at a point in my editing career where I really can't go a full edit without a little bit of help from YouTube. So it's time for some Peter McKinnon. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody? Peter McKinnon here, and today...
After about 4 hours of recording, my girlfriend asked me to go to the beach with her because she was off work until about 8 p.m. And I agreed. I stopped editing. I went to the beach. After that, I went to the gym, played some tennis. Then I went to a friend's house. It was his birthday, so we had some beers and some tacos. And I'm sharing that with you because I want to share kind of my schedule as an editor. One of the biggest reasons that I think I've failed so far as a YouTuber is because I haven't been consistent enough through getting distracted and doing other things, meaning I'm not editing as much as I set out to edit. Yesterday I wanted to edit about 5 or 6 hours. I only did about 4. Wow. Anyways, back to it today. Now I want to go over a few things that I learned during my editing yesterday, or that I had to teach myself while I was editing. So first, just a quick reminder, it's so much better to edit right away after recording because you still have a fresh idea of what you recorded, what the plan was for you to edit that. So the sooner you edit after you record, the better, I believe. I wasn't sure how to scale or resize an image. I filmed on the front end and the back end of this camera, and they recorded in different settings. So whatever clip you drag into Premiere Pro first, that's the size that it's going to be in for all of the rest. So if there's a different image that was filmed in a different size or dimension, it's going to have a little black gap on the top and bottom or on the sides. So I had to learn how to resize that. I had to put 2 layers on top of each other. So 2 videos. I wanted this video to show. I wanted this soundtrack. So I had to learn how to mute the top video sound. I also learned how to zoom in and out of an image, get rid of some of that background noise of people walking around and other things going on. And you do that by selecting keyframes and showing exactly where you want it to go and at what time during the video. The last little piece of advice is make sure to know your keys. It's so much faster. I'm using this mouse with my laptop, so I can move everything, and then I hit C for cut, V to go back to control, A to drag and move all, and then delete to get rid of an image. Those are the 4 key buttons that I'm using the most right now, but the more shortcuts you know, the faster it'll go. So thank you so much for watching. I'm going to now show you on the computer how I did those things that I learned yesterday. The first thing I learned is how to resize or scale an image to size. So I'm going to drag this into where I want it, right here. And if you look, it's actually smaller than the size of the full image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and anytime you right click on the FX, this pops up. So you got to make sure not to hit that FX. And then we're going to go to frame size. Now, if you just hit scale to frame size, it doesn't change it completely. So you have to actually hit the button 3 times. There's probably a better way, but I haven't learned it yet. So what I do is I hit set to frame size. It's wide enough, but not long enough. And then scale to frame size, and then it goes to the full scale size. Now, the second thing is I don't want this audio. I've already removed it from this clip, but I want my original audio. So the way to get rid of this audio, there's 2 ways. One is you can hit mute. However, if I hit shift out to see how long this video is, this raw material is 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Shift I to go back to the beginning. So I don't want to mute this whole line in case there's some other track that I would want to play there. So the second option is right click and go to unlink, and then click on the sound backspace. It is deleted. Now I've only got the original sound. All right. And then the third thing I need to show you guys is going to be how to zoom into a clip. And you do this using keyframes. Where is my clip? Here we go. Little bonus, actually. I'm going to insert this in here. Want to move this out. A. Make sure you're past this line or you'll move it with it. And then V to select one at a time. And I can move this back in position. Another extra thing, when it comes to scaling or resizing, sometimes you got these. So what you want to do is make sure that you hit V and only select the clip that you want. Go to Effect Controls. You want to go to Motion and then Rotation. and I just happen to know that this is -90. That is the anchor point. Control Z to go back. Here we go, rotation, -90. All right, and now it's not scaled to size. So I'm gonna go back here, right click, set frame size. What is happening? Okay, maybe because I already went into effect controls. I don't know. This is weird. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to like 120. Still a little bit too small, so I can zoom in here by dragging left to right. There we go. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch this video really quick and see, let's scrub through it, where I want to start. There's a lot of motion, a lot of people moving around. I wanna focus on this lady right here. I think this is a good starting point, so I'm gonna hit C for cut. Then backspace to delete that. I'm gonna keep going through. Yeah, this is good. She's dropping them. As you can see, there's still a lot of commotion, and I want to focus on this person. And standing up, I'm gonna stop right there. Cut. And I'm gonna hit V, select this one that I want deleted, backspace. A, bring all of these in together, and then bring all of these in together. There we go. So now we got our clip. Now, if you see everything's selected because I just used A, so you gotta make sure to hit V, click away, just click on the clip you want. Now, we're gonna go to the beginning of the clip. Now we can do it by moving this, or I can move this to the beginning here. Make sure that we're at the beginning. And under motion, we're gonna hit the timer on position and scale. What that's gonna do is create these two keyframes saying this is where we want the image to start. Now if I scrub through this, there's a lady that comes in the way. I want her to move, and this right here is where I want to be zoomed in. So I'm going to create two more keyframes by simply moving the scale and the position. I'm going to hold the mouse and just move this to the right to zoom in. I want to be about her size. On position, there's two numbers here. One number will let us move it from right to left. We're trying to try and get her centered. The other number goes up and down. Let's get that right about there. Move her over a little bit more to the left. Zoom in a little bit more. Here we go. And then what I want to actually do is I want to go to the end, and I want it to zoom back out. So this is, I don't actually remember what the number is, so I go back to the front. It's 1280 by 720. So I'm going to click on it instead of trying to guess. I'm going to say 1280 by 720. And this was a little bit over 100. We're just going to eyeball it right there. And boom, we've got two more keyframes set. So now if we watch this from beginning to end, it should zoom in, and as we're zooming in, it's panning to the right, panning up or down so that she stays nice and centered. Now I'm probably going to edit this down a little bit more once I add music to it, because it needs to go with the beat, so that's probably going to change a little bit more, but that's a nice rough cut. And yeah, that's it for today. So I hope that was useful. I'll see you on tomorrow's episode. Bye.